Hey everyone. So it's been a while since I've gone live just on YouTube. So here I am and welcome. I was sitting here, I was doing a couple recordings and got another message about kind of a similar article that had come out a couple weeks ago. And just because you guys are sending them, I figured I would do a video and just chat out loud about this because it's so bananas. So we've got this week, missing Indianapolis man found dead in Planet Fitness tanning bed, had been there all weekend. All weekend in a tanning bed at a business that is open. We're going to go back to a few weeks ago in September. A Wells Fargo employee found dead at her desk days after she clocked into work. What is going on? Hey, Brittany. Hi, Janet. Hey, Leslie. So people are going to businesses, work where there is constant motion, there's constant employees, there's cleaning services, and people are so absorbed in their own worlds, they can't acknowledge or notice there is a dead person for days. Not that they're in a closet, obscured, someone at their literal desk that someone had to walk past them for 4 days. Then you have someone in a tanning bed. Did you not notice maybe that someone didn't come out of that tanning bed and it had been signed out for, I don't know, even if someone didn't sign out after an hour, the fact that you didn't get to use it. Like, I don't even know if there's words for that. But I'm going to tell you what it makes me think of in terms of the funeral world. Well, mom's dead, but we're going to wait a month to have the funeral. Can you just hold her body? Because we got this, and this going on, and it's really not convenient for us to deal with the fact that somebody's died. So we're going to just put that to the side and we'll deal with that later when maybe we can make it convenient. Guys, death is not convenient ever, ever, ever. It doesn't matter when it happens. It's not meant to be convenient. It's meant for your world to literally stop when someone dies because it is life changing. Life changing. You can't continue on about life and then, oh, we're going to give it an hour in a couple weeks and then we'll reflect on it and then we'll go back to our life. That's not how death works. That's not how loss works. That's not how taking your life track and pulling a huge piece of it out of it is supposed to work. That's not it. That's not it. Your whole trajectory of life has changed by this. You're supposed to stop. You're supposed to reflect. You're supposed to do something. And the fact that we're so absorbed in our own lives that we don't acknowledge or notice people around us dead in, like, hey, lady in a cubicle that has been dead for 4 days. Are you kidding me? Hey, gentleman that is in a tanning bed for a whole weekend. Like, I'm mind blown. What do you guys think of this? I just had to, I think because it's death, you guys have sent me these articles and I finally am just like, I gotta say something. I gotta say something. Hey, Justin. How are you? Yeah, you're East Sider, right, my friend? Jackson, Michigan. I love when you guys are close. I'm Helen. Nope, my husband Anthony did guy get married. Nope, I am not married. No rings. Not married. I've been with Josh now for 3.5 years, though. So one day, I'd like to think we'll get there. I mean, I could see having to delay funerals to allow family and friends to arrive, but a month, I would hope nobody would do this just because they don't feel like dealing with it. Nobody feels like dealing with death. Like, raise your hand if you feel like dealing. Like, gosh, I hope today somebody dies because that would be. Nobody says that. Nobody says that. It is never convenient. It doesn't matter how long in advance you want to plan for this. It is not convenient. You will never get all the stars to align where Everybody can be there. Everyone is going to show up. I was talking the other day before the video with Mitchell that I did about the holidays and it getting harder and people trying to wait for it to be convenient. Saturdays, people are like Saturdays are booking up. Funeral directors are talking about this like crazy because everybody's trying to schedule weeks out to pick a Saturday because they can't miss work. They don't want to miss work. It's not convenient. They want to try and do it on a Saturday because they think more people will attend. Let me tell you about Saturdays and tell me if this resonates with you. Saturdays, you have kids' activities. You have during the whole summer, you've got weddings, graduation parties. You've got events already planned. During the holidays, you have holiday parties, holiday get-togethers, family events. Like this time of year, we're a split home with my kids. So they've got their dad's house and his whole family, his girlfriend's family, me, my family, Josh's family. So there's 4 holidays to try and go to. Do you know how many Saturdays are gone because of that? Trying to accommodate, trying to get to everyone's houses, trying to do our own things, do sports, do this, do that, have sleepovers. We're booked up, and that's just our family. This is across the board a thing. So Saturdays are not more convenient because people have had stuff on their calendars for months that are already there, already scheduled. And then you put a funeral there and people are like, I can't get to the funeral because I already have this event. So Saturdays are not always more convenient. I'm just telling you right now, not always more convenient, especially this time of year. I know people think that that's the case. Not always the case. It can be for the family that, yes, they can get away, they can travel, they can get there for a weekend. And so, yes, for some of the immediate family and people, it is more convenient. And that is the case. But for the grand scheme of people, it does not mean it's, more convenient of an event. Let's see some other questions. And I have my water. I got this when I went to the CANA, Cremation Association of North America. So Bryant Cremation Services from down south. I won this and I didn't know. So it's a simple modern. When did drink containers become like trendy? I came home with this. I was like, oh, it's a cool, just, black water cup, drink cup. My daughters lost themselves because it is a simply modern. And this is the cool right now, simply modern. I was like, well, I didn't know I was on the in of coolness right now, but yeah, I love this thing. Hey, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I love when you guys post where you're from because it blows my mind that you guys are from all over the place. All over the place. Aw, my aunt and uncle were together 20 years before they got married. That's not going to be okay. Not going to be okay. So this is what bothers me, and I'll share it with you guys because I share far too much probably, but I don't, on a death certificate in Michigan, you are either single or no, you cannot just be single. You're either never married or divorced. I can't be single. So I don't want divorce on my death certificate, which I know is weird. That's not a reason to get married. But I don't want divorce on my death certificate. So I'm going to tell them, whoever they are, that's going to handle, just lie. Just pick something besides divorce. I just don't want to be divorced. And I don't know why. It's just, I don't want to be. But I also see, it's funny because when you're in your 20s, you don't realize how many people are later in life loves, like second, third, later in life loves, should be the rest of your life love, and you meet and you only have a couple years together and then you lose them. And those losses and meeting those families hit so hard now, having met Josh and knowing that he is this next part of my life, the rest of the part of my life, at least I hope. And so those losses oh, they just hit so much different now. Everyone, when you become a parent, the child losses hit different. When you become married, the spousal losses hit different. When your parents age, those losses hit different. You just, because they resonate with you, and you can feel for those people in a different way because you see a little bit of yourself in them and what it would be like if you went through it. They just do. They just resonate in a different way. So nothing against anyone who's divorced, because I am there, but I don't want divorce on my death certificate. I don't know why. I just typed it one day. I had to put it in something for someone one day, and I was like, I don't want that. Just saying. Hey, Tammy, for your first time. Welcome, guys. So I do a coffee with Kari. I'm past my coffee. I had my full coffee intake this morning. I'm on to just my flavored water here intake, and wasn't going to do a live. I just posted a video earlier. I was going to post it yesterday and ended up posting it this morning. Go check it out. It's less than 2 minutes. I don't get emotional very often, and maybe I should. Maybe you guys should see that part of me more. And the challenged side, the heavy side. I don't get emotional too often at work. And that was a day. Watching it back, I watched it back this morning. I will say I felt it all again. My heart hurt in a different way again. And I saw it was like watching somebody else do a video. Like it wasn't me now watching me then. I don't know if that makes sense. It was like it was a different person talking and saying and feeling. And I just like watching any TikTok where I sit and I cry. My girls are always like, Mom, stop watching TikTok because you just sit and cry. But I really don't cry at work very often. And that was a day. That was a huge, oh God, it was a day a few weeks ago. So I told her I want to be cremated, but she said she doesn't feel like she would get closure. So Matthew, my wife told me that she wants to be shown at the viewing. For some reason, I don't want to be remembered her that way. I sort of feel selfish for saying that. No, Matthew, it's hard because the person who dies is going to have wishes of what they would want. But we have to remember they're not here. We have to carry on with life without them. So we have to find that middle ground of doing what they would like, but also doing what we need. And I always say this, like your situation sounds like it's a little reverse from what I usually talk about, where we often encounter family members who say, don't do anything, don't have a service, just cremate me, be done, or go bury me, be done. I don't want anything. So then we feel guilted as survivors and living to do that, even though we may need something. Don't be selfish. Don't put that on your loved ones. Tell them what your wishes are, but give them permission. You know what? This is what I want for myself, but I need you to do what you need to do to carry on without me here. Just say those words. Do not be selfish and take away what the living need to carry on. Please, 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 please don't. So for you, you're kind of opposite, where your wife wants more of something and you kind of want less. But I'm going to ask you, why do you want less? Is it because it sounds like it may be painful? It may be too hard. It's all going to be hard. There's no step in the process that's easy. When someone dies, it hurts and you're broken, and it doesn't matter if you have nothing or if you have everything. It's going to hurt just as much. But going through it with other people around may help lighten it, may help heal little parts of you, little small fissures in there that may help in the long run. So consider finding a medium ground, a medium event where you meet both of your needs. That's going to be my recommendation. Janet, yeah, remember me talking about not my tragedy. That is truly how you get through work at a funeral home, I think some days. That's one of the first things I teach people if they start working at a funeral home is you have to remind yourself that it's not my loss, it's not my dad, it's not my husband, it's not my child. Because it is too easy to, when you're standing there, one of the hardest moments is standing there with a family as you're saying goodbye at the casket or with the body or at the crematory, and it is a final moment. This is the last time you're seeing your loved one's physical body, and you have to let it go. You have to let them go in the cremator. You have to let that casket lid close. That to me is unbearable if I put myself thinking about that for the people I love. So you can't. You can't run the situational analogy of it being you standing there and that's your loved one. You have to keep reminding yourself it's not my loss right now. It's not my loss. It's not about me. Because you can't do your job and run that funeral and care for these people and take care of that body and be who you need to be as a funeral director if you put yourself in their mindset all the way. Just can't do it. So yeah. Matthew, you're welcome. And there's just because I share what my thoughts are doesn't mean they're right. They're just my opinions, my thoughts from seeing a lot of things and from learning from a lot of other funeral directors and listening to a lot of counselors, psychologists, social workers, clergy, all sorts of different people, and a lot of different input and a lot of different, thoughts and everything on stuff. So it doesn't make it the right thing, but oh, what other questions do you guys have? So yeah, I'm Kari the Mortician, Coffee with Kari. Today we're flavored water with Kari in my Bryant crematory services glass. This weekend, I just looked over. I've got a bluey thing. I can't even point correctly. Tell their birthday present. We're having a birthday party at one of the funeral homes. It's a beautiful event center, and we've got a birthday party for one of the staff members' children. It's a great place for them to invite everybody to have a birthday party. So that's what we're using the space for. I know people have gotten married in funeral homes, and it's not because, ooh, we're morbid or gothic or anything. It's a great event center. It's a big open place. It's beautiful. There's lots of light, stained glass. It's lovely. There's chairs, there's kitchen space in some of them. There's TVs, there's sound for anything you may need for the event. It's all there. It's beautiful. If you want flower stands, there's flower stands. It's kind of all set up for event. A funeral is an event, just like a wedding, like a party, like a bar mitzvah, like any of it. And so event center is what it is. We are event planners essentially in the long run. So Mitchell was talking the other day, we were talking about starting a pet crematory, but I asked about his fiance, and she used to be an event planner. He said, so this is kind of right up her alley, coming to the funeral home and giving me some assistance once in a while. And we are event planners. I remember when I left the funeral home for a little bit years ago, I had put in my resume for an event planner for a huge wedding venue. I was surprised I didn't get it just because of I can plan an event in 3 days, which has essentially all of the elements you do at a wedding. We've got clothing, we've got merchandise, we've got printing, we've got videos, we've got food, we've got specialty clothing, we've got an officiant. I do it all in like 3 days, guys. And it takes a year for an event planner to do a wedding. Come on, like that's easy. So I've never understood why it takes a year and a half to plan a wedding. I could do it in 3 days. Challenge accepted, right? It is. So it's just crazy to me. But How is Eddie? So Eddie. I'll tell you the funny thing about naming him Eddie. The names we didn't realize would be funny, not funny. Mr. Ed. You can call him Mr. Ed if you don't know the TV show. It's a horse. Horse is a horse, of course, or whatever the singing. And then, oh, he's Mr. Special Ed. Special Ed. Terrible. He's doing good. He is the most rambunctious, lovingest lovey of a dog, but he's huge. He mimics what we do. So he wants to hold our hand and put it between his hands. He wants to hug us. So he stands up and literally hugs us, which isn't good for, shorter, older people. So we're trying to break that, but it's hard to break a loving action when it's not a malicious thing, but we need to. He is a smart ding dong of a dog, truly ding dong of a dog. If he could stop eating underwear. But he's getting better every day. Going to training, trying to start down the therapy dog training route. We're hoping by the time he's like 10, not really, but he'll get there. He will be the best therapy dog because he is just full of love. All he wants to do is love on people. That's it. He just wants to love people, and he assumes everybody loves him already. So everyone's his friend. But yeah, he's hilarious. I lost my wife about a year ago. It still hurts, and it was yesterday. Grief is truly a process. It is, Kevin. And I don't think you ever fully heal. I think it is a wound to your soul that you never truly heal from, but you find a new way of living. There's no go back to the old way or, oh, things are all back to normal. There's no normal because your old normal involved that person. You can't go back to normal. You have to find a whole new version of life. And especially for people that their partner was their whole life. They did everything with them. They're at home every night with them. They go to dinner with them. They just do everything with them. Think of retired people, maybe don't have children. Their life is just each other. And then when that person's gone, what do they do? Like, those are some of the hardest heartbreaks to see. Not kids for me. Kids are sad, but as I talk like these, hey, we've been together 70 years and then you lose your partner. That to me is, oh my God. Yeah. Our pup always gets a hold of one of my slippers whenever we leave the house. It carries around the house and we'll sleep with it until I get home. Aw. Yeah, dogs we just don't deserve the love of dogs. It's amazing. We talked a lot on the video with Mitchell. You can go back and watch that about bringing pets to the funeral home to say goodbye and things like that. So very, very big and important. So started this video talking about how the gentleman in Indianapolis was found dead after being dead for several days in the Planet Fitness tanning bed, and the Wells Fargo employee who had been dead several days at the office while business went on around them. It's not like it was closed for like a holiday weekend or anything. And, they died and then business was shut down and nobody was there. Like, it was a functional business for multiple days while there was somebody dead there. Like cleaning crews, staff members, other visitors at Planet Fitness. Why haven't we had anybody go in tanning bed 3 in a couple days or in even a couple hours? Like, it should have taken maybe an hour for them to realize, why is that person still in there? But days? Come on. This just shows how little we acknowledge what's going on around us sometimes. Like, let's be better as humans, guys. Let's be better. Oh, how, right? How? I just don't get it. Yeah, Joan is having a really long nap this week. Yeah, like 4 days long. No big deal. Joan's okay. She's starting to turn colors. She's beginning to smell a little, but it's okay. Joan's just napping. No biggie. It takes me back to the Friends episode. Jason Alexander was a guest on the episode, and Phoebe was a toner salesperson. She always had wacky jobs. And Phoebe calls Jason Alexander to sell him some toner. And she's going through her script book, like, oh, would you like some toner? Oh, so you say no. And so you flip to the next, the part of your script after they respond a certain way. And he says, no, because I think I'm going to kill myself today. And she's like flipping through this script, like, oh, shoot, what part of the script am I supposed to use? And it's obviously not there. And she starts talking to him, and he's like, does it not tell you something that I've been sitting in my cubicle with all my staff around me talking about killing myself for a few minutes now and nobody has blinked an eye? Right? That's like, it's sad that that's our world. We go to and from our house and never acknowledge neighbors, don't even know a lot of our neighbors' names anymore, where used to be you knew everybody because everybody was out and doing stuff. And now everybody's just goes into their houses and aren't out and about as much. We go to work, some people, or you don't even go to work, you work from home, and you never see coworkers, you never see other people, or you do go and you just don't talk to them. You have your earbuds in, you walk past everybody, you go to your cubicle, you do your thing, and you go home at night. And you don't even acknowledge other people that are having bad days, people that need support, people who maybe just had a loss and it's their first day back from their spouse dying or something, and nobody acknowledges them or talks to them or supports them or has any knowledge that that person even had a loss because they're in their own world. It's just sad. It's so sad to me. But yeah. Oh, how about the two little siblings that were left with their dead little brother? I think I know about what you're talking about. I feel like I just heard about this not too long ago, but I don't know the whole story. And that gets into a whole different realm of children and stuff. So we won't head down that today. We're good. Yeah, it's been a busy week at work. This morning been just doing some stuff, sending some thank you notes to people. I like sending thank you notes. I love mail. I love receiving mail. Mail to me, I like hard snail mail. I'm still a big fan of it. Lining up some people for more interviews. So I've got next Monday, we've got Sharon G, who literally wrote the book on embalming, is going to be on here chatting with me about her career and writing a book on, doing the book of embalming for students who are learning about it. Like, what is that even? So after that, I need to line up some more interviews for you guys. So I'm working on that. I did all my research for 5 episodes of Victims of Crime. So just need to get those recorded with some other embalmers and things. And then got 3 Beer with the Boy episodes. You guys have been like, why have we not had Beer with the Boy episodes? Yeah, life gets busy, and then all of a sudden 6 months pass and a year pass, and it's crazy how fast it goes. So we're gonna be recording some of those, chatting with my boys again, my buddies. And yeah, I know, why don't I have some girls? Well, it just started randomly, Beer with the Boys, me and Ryan and Brian. Then we ended in John and Ben. And so that's just been what it is, Beer with the Boys. We chat about a topic within the business. Sometimes we're drinking a beer or a glass of wine or whatever it may be. Don't have to be drinking for it. It's just was the title of the series. So I have so many different series planned, and there's just not enough time in the day, guys. Woo, not enough time in the day. I wish there was for it. So, all right. Well, I have to. Are you and Josh planning on doing more stuff on your channel together? We are. We have so many, just like I was saying, you have all these plans. He works, all day doing death care. I work doing death care. And then when you get home at night together, you don't want to do death care. You want to go watch Dexter, or you want to go out and hang out with friends, or you want to do anything but more death care work kind of stuff. And doing the channel is fun. We had started a sub channel called the Ick Factor. Thought we would have more time for that, but life, life. Yeah, if that could be a part-time job and would pay anything, that'd be great, but it doesn't. This doesn't, really pay much at all. So it's not like it's supports itself and the time put into it. And that's kind of hard too, is having a full day dedicated, and yeah, you gotta have the balance with it. So thank you. Yeah, we need to do a video. We haven't done one in a little bit. I got these what is it called? Morbid topic cards that are supposed to be like conversation cards about death care stuff. So we need to just go live one night and ask each other questions. Maybe we'll do that this weekend from the cards. So that'll be coming up soon. We need to do that. We thought about doing it when we went away a couple weekends ago, but it was nice to just be away and not be doing things for work. I think we both needed a little mental break and just to have fun together. It was kind of nice to do. And just to be out in nature. We went for nature walks. It was just a beautiful fall weekend where it was nice and warm, and hit a brewery and just took a breath and relaxed. So the videos didn't happen while we were gone there, but we need to do some more. We've talked about, like, we went to the magic cemetery, and where a lot of magicians are buried, not that you go do magic in the cemetery. And so we said we need to do maybe one of those a month and just go on a little road trip, find something fun within an hour of us, and go do a video on it. Because there's so much around here to do videos on. It's kind of fun. But well, I'm going to go get about my day, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will see you guys soon. Monday, live video here for Sharon G, talking about writing the book on embalming. If you have anybody that you want me to get on for an interview, I've got a list. I've got a list of people you guys want to hear from and know about, and hook me up with them, connect me with them. Go on their social media, send them messages. Hey, you should be a guest on. Reach out to her. Let them know. That's helpful too. If you connected them to me and do some of that work, that'd be awesome. Bye, guys.